Okay, I'm here. Let me see if I can get my ears in my mouth. But we are here, and I am live for the first time in a long time on a Sunday. Hopefully, you are hearing me. Maybe that's a little better. I'm not sure, but these are the somewhat effed up. The effed up my headphones. But so I got more stuff today, and let me start off by saying that I am pleasantly surprised with what I saw in the greenhouse yesterday and today. I mean, there's a lot of dead plants, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of plants that have survived and a lot of big plants that have survived. So today I went after some of my angraecoids. I have already, if you don't know, hopefully you can see despite the window, but here is an angraecum cespisquidale right here, hanging on it. Well, this one is a mysticidum, which is an angraecoid. And then to the left of that is Angraecum pseudofilicornu. And then in front of that, this is my Veichi, which Spencer gifted me. It also is an Angraecum, if I hadn't said, Angraecum Veichi, which is a cross of Eburnum and Cespisquidale. Cespisquidale is right here. I don't have an Eburnum anymore. So those two I already had. There's a few more that I had already got. Here is, well, this is actually an Eburnum here. Well, no, it's a Cespisquidale crossed with Appalachian Star, and I'm not sure what Appalachian Star is. But I don't, it could be a variety of Eburnum in there, but it's not. I'm not sure. And down here, this is my Florentulum that used to have a lot of size to the plant, but that's what I have left. And that actually has survived. It's doing okay. Here is another repot. It was repotted last year. This is my Eranthes caudata. It's recovering. This is a kiki off of the main plant. And I believe, oh, up here, this is my Erangus hyaloides. And it actually did bloom for me. Sorry, the blooms didn't last long at all. And it is hanging on my Eranthes Hingsing ramosa, which is an Eranthes crossed with, I believe it's crossed with an Angraecum. Well, it does say, no, it's grandiose crossed with ramosa. But that is mostly Eranthes. Or, yeah, Eranthes. Here is another one. This is my Ichlorianum, which is a species, and it did bloom for me. I believe I did say that you can see that it was out my angraecums here and in my new space. And this window faces, just to give you an orientation, this is east. So the sun rises here on the other side of the house now. Anyway, and this is the bathroom in here. This is a longer calcar that I put on. Is that 521? I know it was 521. I think it wasn't 520. And I mounted it on this ceramic log. That's a mount. And it's got a root. And it's still going strong. Longa calcar is an Eburnum species. It is a bucket list. It is really one of the special angraecoids of the bunch. They do like it a little bit cooler. Mounted it here. These are kind of rare, but they get humunga dunga. Hey there, Brenda. But yeah, this surprisingly has been thriving on this, but I have been giving this water. But they'd like a little bit of a lessening, especially these. This species is more from highlands. Okay, let's move on. It's my compound, and it kind of fell out today. And this is more or less in hydro. I need to top those roots with some more leca, but you can see that it is more of a cactus leaf structure. It's more thick. It's really like this that I just remember that. I can't remember where. I think I got this at a meeting because, people feel sorry for me because I can't grow this plant. So we will see if I can do this one. But I'm trying to forget that it's even there. But you can see it's got blooms on it that are fading away. This is Angraecum distichum. But the reason that I thought about this plant is that the foliage has the same sort of rough, leathery, cactus, succulent texture. And I know I have another compactum somewhere. Here is that Doratif. No, it's not. So, Doratifilum. Forget the name now. But it bloomed. And it's still going on. Although it looks like it's slowly giving me death. I am trying to keep it hydrated. And it's the same textural as far as the succulent type foliage. That is an angraecoid from Madagascar. Forget the name. I really have to find the tag. I'm not even going to try to think of it. Yeah, I'm not. Let's see what else is up here. Maybe there is no more angraecoids. Let's look down in this one here. And right here. Oh, here's my other compactum, which same dealie. They can stand it a little bit drier, but they do prefer their roots to be wet. And this is compactum that I got from Kelly, and it is mounted and stuck inside of a pot with leca around it, and that pot is sitting inside of a hemp cup, and that has water in it. So it's more or less semi-hydro. And you can see the foliage looks a little bit crinkly and wrinkly, but that's fairly normal. I mean, that they have been missing humidity, and that is because of the winter. Humidity does go down. Okay, let's just keep going. Here is another angraecoid, and this is one that actually bloomed for me. This is Lais Star, that's what this is called, but it is Linford White Beauty times Sesquisquadale. And it is called Lais Star, Angraecum Lais Star. And I just missed the pot on the tag, but I'll find it later. So let me pull it up out. And as you can see, it looks really nice and green, and foliage is very firm. Yeah, these bloom really small. This is blooming size. It did bloom for me. So that's a good thing about it, because you would think both of those plants are big. Linford White Beauty and Sesquisquadale, they're pretty big. The ones that I have are small. This is a baby. It still is probably, this is still a baby. So they have to grow up. And here is my Joyce Stewart, Angraecum Joyce Stewart, which is compactum crossed with Scotianum. And there's a little pup down there. And this bloomed for me really well. It's a very reliable bloomer. I'll stick that up here. So you can see I'm saving my most coveted plants. Now, you know I had that big crestwood that is gone. It's a goner. And I know I have Magdaleni. I think one is gone, and I know I have another that I haven't kind of got to that side of the rack yet, but we will see. This is, surprise, surprise. Let me get this out of the way because this is very delicate here. And this is that plant that was supposed to be Linford White Beauty, that humongadonga plant that I did not know what it was. In fact, and it was all that drama about it that I paid so much for it, and then I didn't think it was going to come, and then out of the blue it came. And it ended up dying, and then I saved a kiki, and this is the little kiki that was on the plant. And it has lasted all winter. Now, we never knew if that plant was Linford White Beauty for sure. I kind of thought that it did resemble it, although they do really resemble. They have the same vandaceous, monopodial, or, growth, vandaceous. And that's pretty much how you grow them, like a vanda. Yeah, you can see that. But this is still, seems like it is very, still tender, even though it has been in here, potted up like this probably for, what, has it been 6 months? Probably, which is very good. And despite the treatment that it got, but these can take it a little bit cooler as long as they're drier in the winter. But because this has Magdaleni in it, Linford White Beauty, which is Magdaleni crossed with Sesquisquadale, the king and queen of angraecums, because of the Magdaleni is from more of the slopes, so it's more of a cooler growing angraecoid. And because of that, mixed with the hot growing Sesquisquadale, it makes it a little bit less susceptible to cold damage. And in fact, they like a cooler, drier rest. I want to say compactum does as well, but Magdaleni, yes, they like it drier and cooler in the winter. Not completely dry, but they want it less. They want a lot less water. Now I know I have this one. Since we were talking about Joyce Stewart. This is my Scotianum, which is kind of struggling, trying to get it a little more hydrated. Scotianum does not like, they do like it less water. They like less water in the wintertime, but not as dramatic as Magdaleni. They still want a source of water, and this one really didn't get much of any over the winter, but probably because it was in this situation where it was in semi-hydro, maybe it got some because it seems to be still doing pretty good. But since I've moved them here, I'm hoping that I'm going to give them more attention. And I also have to put another humidifier. Well, I don't have any humidifiers in here, so that's one thing that I'm going to have to do. Probably behind here and just have the humidity coming up. And then I'll just keep the door shut so that it'll keep it on the humid side here. So, and I know I have this last angraecoid here, which is a little seedling that I got. I think I got this from Kelly. No, I got this from Peter Lynn, and this is Compactalina, which is compactum crossed with Magdaleni, that's what it is. Compactum times Magdaleni. And what I was going to say was because of the Magdaleni in it, and also maybe Compactum likes it a little bit on the cooler side as well, or intermediate. This plant was able, you see how perky it looks? That's because of the Magdaleni in the plant. It liked the drier, cooler winter that I was giving it, which all the other ones did not like. Trust me. It was really difficult pulling, well, it wasn't difficult today, but when I finally got over my procrastinating of going into the greenhouse and checking out the plants to see their status, because a lot of it was just fear of the ugly. I just assumed it was just going to be too much to bear, but once I got past that and really looked, it really is not so bad. Honestly, I can't wait to get out there and show you all what it looks like. You know, there's a lot of brown, a lot of dead, but once you get past that, there is a lot of life and a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff where the foliage looks dry and brown, but then when you look down into the plant, you see green and you see new growth coming up, which is exciting for me, especially since I've neglected them more or less. So, when I get over that tension of, fear of going out there and seeing all my babies dead, trying to avoid that. And then when I finally jump into the pond, it's a lot better than what I anticipated. So I can't wait to show you all. And so go into it with an open mind. I'm sure you all will. Soak it all in. You guys don't miss anything. Here is, I know I showed this before, but I am so happy about it. This is my Coda Twinkle. It might be fantastic. But anywho, it's a Phalaenopsis Coda Twinkle chocolate drop. And you see that spike right there, and you see the cool temperatures and the dry did not make a difference. This was in the greenhouse. And, when I give it a repot, some fresh media, those roots will just perk back up. And you can see the green roots that are in there. That water bath probably saved it. I have to find a place for that. So, yeah, things are really nice. And I do have this Phalaenopsis. Shoot. Okay, that's fine. But I did save this Phalaenopsis, which is really a choice. Bellina crossed with Pulchra. And it still has those two spikes. Let me pick this up. Okay, that was a good repot. Damn it, but I made a mess. Oh well, I got a vacuum anyway. And here's my Spicerianum that I saved my path. No, wait a minute, that's not what I'm trying to pick up. Here we are. This is my Spicerianum. Yeah, and that bloomed on 3 spikes right before winter. And it had a lot of little babies in there, and it's doing well. Perked right up. Yep. And here is a Hieroglyphica that I got from Dr. Bill. That despite that black, I think it's going to be okay. Just got to really, really hydrate those. And so yeah, I'm glad that oh, and this is my little Formosa Dream. That is a miniature. This is bloom size. So yeah, I wanted to show you my angraecoids. And I'm really proud of them, even though I tortured them. Put that back in there. Hope everybody's doing all right. It was nice to finally get on live and do a video and show my collection where it's at the moment. Did water everything today, so I'm pretty happy. And that Trichoglotis is doing well. That Colostylus ciliare, some of these buds blasted, but then it's putting up more spikes back there. It's daytime fragrant. So, yeah. That's the story. Thanks for watching. Oh, here's something else real quick. I know I pointed this out, but there's the bud somewhere. It's right there. And then if you focus in close, okay, not that close, but right there is another spike. That. So yay. And I put this plant here by the window. This is the beautiful Aurora that I got from El Orchideo and Plantillo, and it's David Sanders crossed with Digbyana. And it's hard to see. but it does have, this is a new growth here, and there's another one coming up, and one maturing, even though it's smashing my Brassavola species here, it's still, it looks strong. There's another growth over there, coming over there. And of course, this is Dendrobium tangerinum, which is an antelope. And this is something else that's doing really well. That's my Mock Chow Yu, my Phalaenopsis Mock Chow Yu. Which, let me turn this around and then I'm going to get out of here. Gigantea alba times Bellina cerulean. And this again, I keep this in a bowl where it's always sitting in water and the roots are always getting a constant supply. If they don't want it, they'll move up out of the way. And when they want it, they'll come and get it. But that's all for today, folks. And again, thanks for watching. And I'm excited about showing you my angraecoids, and can't wait to show you what's left in the greenhouse. You will all be surprised. Again, and as always, enjoy your orchids. Bye.